Hi, Anthony from RetailEdge. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a file that you can import into PICS. First, what is PICS? It is an acronym for our Physical Inventory Collection System. This is a mechanism to import quantities into RetailEdge. While the P and I stand for physical and inventory, you can use this system to add items and quantities to purchase orders, transfer orders, the receiving list, load items onto a sales screen, or even a wish list. Okay, the basics of the file is rather simple. One column is either going to be the RetailEdge stock number, item ID, or UPCs, and the other column is the quantity of the items. You can use almost any spreadsheet software you like. You can even use Notepad, but we have a video series on how to use Excel to edit data, but in this example, I'll be using LibreOffice. So, let me add a few items to column A. And in column B, I'm going to add some quantities. Now, I'm going to save this file as a CSV file. RetailEdge for PICS Imports is looking for a CSV file or a text file. Another question is, can I take an export of my inventory or a report and use that as the basis of a PICS file? Absolutely, you can. So I'm going to go to Reports, Inventory, Items, and in this case, I'm going to use the physical with retail price. I'm going to select my location. And for the sake of time, I created a PICS class for a select handful of items. And hit OK here. So after I run this report, and let's say my intention is to print this off and give it to some clerks and have them do the counts. I could print the report for them, and then I'm going to export the report for me. I'm going to select Export. I'm going to give it a name. And I'm going to change the file type to be Excel data. This will save the report without headers or formatting. Okay, so I have the file open, and I'm going to say my clerks came back to me with the quantities. I'm going to enter them into this last column, and then I'm going to save the file. Then I'll delete the columns that I don't need for a PICS file. Remember, you can keep the stock number, you can keep the item ID. This column here is the description. I'm not going to need that. I'm not going to need the price, and I'm not going to need the quantities that RetailEdge thinks it had. Now you either need a column with the stock numbers or item ID. So in this example, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the item IDs. I'm going to delete that column. Then I'm going to save this file as a CSV file. Okay, so now we have our two files. In RetailEdge, I'll go to the inventory menu option, select PICS, select Import. I'm going to select the file folder here. And I'm going to select my PICS file. And then I'm going to select Import. And then I'm going to repeat that for the other file. Let's check the PICS list by going back to Inventory, PICS, and Edit. You can see that we have two items that have exceptions. An exception means that RetailEdge cannot link it to an existing item in the inventory. In this case, the item is not found. So I'm going to go ahead and correct this. For this one, I know I had a typo with the item ID, so I'm going to go ahead and correct that and hit Save. And you can see that one corrected. And for this one, I had an issue with the stock number, so I'm going to go ahead and modify that one. correct it and hit save. And then you can see that the exceptions are gone. From here, you would then proceed with the physical process for completing inventory or completing the update process to POs, TOs, receiving, the sales screen, or adding items to a wish list. I may cover that in another video or write up on our knowledge base. But there you have it, creating files to import into PICS. If you like the content we're putting up, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit that as well. If you'd like to find out some more information about us, please visit RetailEdge.com. Have a great day.